Hello and welcome to the program Bienvenue chez Priss. Tonight we're happy to host Anne Welsh. Anne Welsh was born in Nigeria and immigrated to the United Kingdom when she was very young. Anne Welsh is founder and president of Arise Consult, and she has a lot of qualifications. She was vice president at World New Capital, plus senior vice associate marketing at investment bank Lehman Brothers. She is also a mother of two lovely kids. But the most important project coming up is the book that will be released 19th of June, Painless. But success didn't come easily for Anne because she's suffering from a chronic illness, sickle cell anemia, that leave people all the time exhausted and in constant pain. Let's meet Anne Welsh. Hello, Anne. Lovely to see you.
Oh, thank you.
So let's go right to your very special project coming up, the imminent release of your book.
Yes.
Painless.
Yes.
Why did you write this book?
Actually, I wrote this book because I suffer from sickle cell anemia.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not know, but sickle cell is a disease that affects mostly people from African and Caribbean parts.
True.
But because of the migration of people moving across the world, you see a lot of people from UK, the Europe, America, and Middle East as well, now suffering from sickle cell. Sickle cell is a blood disorder that affects us. It's a genetic blood disorder, to be precise. So it affects the way your blood flows through. People with sickle cell have a sickle cell shape when it's, which is an unusual shape. While people who are normal have a round shape, but we with sickle cell have a sickle cell shape. So it causes a lot of pain and anemia, infection.
So there is a difference between sickle cell and sickle cell anemia?
No, sickle cell is the full name is actually sickle cell anemia.
Okay.
Yes, so that's the full name. So there's not quite any different, but there are different kinds of sickle cell. I think that's where people get it confused. There are different types because there's sickle cell and there's sickle cell SS.
True.
And there's sickle cell SC. The milder form is sickle cell SC. The more severe kind is sickle cell SS, which is what I have. And that has caused me pain all my life growing up. And
what kind of pain?
I mean, people always ask me this, and I get panicked because I don't even know how to describe the pain. But all I know is the pain that I would never want to see anybody go through that pain. I've had kids, and that was nothing.
Two lovely kids.
Thank you. But that was nothing compared to what I went through. The pain of sickle cell, to describe it and to be precise, I say to people, it's like someone taking a hammer and hitting you on the bone.
Oh, really?
It is that intense. It is that intense that when it starts off gradually sometimes, but when that starts, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
And how does it come? I mean,
it comes from various things. It could be that you are in the cold for too long, or the bad weather, or you haven't drank enough water, or you're not eating. You're not eating properly because people don't understand diet plays a big factor in our life as well, or stress. My most important thing I tell people is stress.
But you can avoid stress.
You can.
I mean, you founded a company, so you're exposed to a lot of stress all the time.
Yeah, the problem.
Arise Consult.
Yes, the problem with stress is that we can't really avoid stress with our daily life. Everybody's so busy, like yourself. We're also busy, but the one thing we tend to forget is that if we don't take time out and look after ourselves, we can't get to where we need to get to. And with sickle cell, one of the disadvantages we have with sickle cell is that you make plan, but sickle cell crushes your plan. Okay. So, for example, you might have a business trip. I might decide to say, okay, I want to go here because I want to see these clients. And you've planned it. You've made that arrangement with all the clients. Bam, the trip is cancelled because the night before, probably because you're too stressed about what you're going to say at the meeting, what you're going to discuss, you get sick.
Is there any treatment?
At the moment, no. No. At the moment, there are treatments in the sense that there is no cure, but there are various treatments. Now, various pharmaceutical industries are working towards finding better treatment for people with sickle cell. But there isn't no specific known cure that you could say, if you do this, you'll be cured from the disease forever. No. But they're just various things that industries and various bodies are working, and hospitals are working to see why we could all be treated from this.
When did you discover this disease?
Oh my God.
This blood disorder?
I discovered when my mum because sickle cell is a genetic thing and it's something that I had since I was born. She found that I had sickle cell when I was about 6 months, but she didn't know precisely what it was.
Okay.
All she knew, she saw me with swollen ankles, swollen limbs, and my mum was like, "What's wrong with this girl?" She thought it was the lady looking after me, not giving me food.
Okay.
So but I was crying so much, and she couldn't understand. Why is this girl a crybaby? Why is she always crying? And she just gave me medicine. I got better. It happened again, and it kept happening over and over again. Then eventually, when I was 3 years old, is when my mum literally took me to the hospital and said, she took me to the hospital, but the doctors would keep pushing me aside and saying, it's nothing major. But eventually, when I was 3 years old, my mum did various tests and took me to hospital. But you know what?
In Nigeria?
No, in the UK. We moved back to the UK.
Okay,
so I was born
very
in
young.
Nigeria. Yeah, so we moved back to the UK because my mum wanted to finish her schooling. And when we moved back, then she said they did the tests. They didn't diagnose me with sickle cell. It was because of other issues. The nursery school where I was complaining that I had other personality disorder because I was doing other things, which my book
she thought it was mental.
Yeah, so she was like, why is this my child so weird? So when I went to the hospital, they sent me to a specialist hospital. At that specialist hospital, that's what they found out. My mom was thinking, they're going to tell me something nice, sweet. I got there, she got there, and they told her to sit down, they have something to tell her. She's like, okay, what's so weird? It's just I know she does these things, but what is it? They said, your daughter has sickle cell. And that was the first time she ever heard about sickle cell in her life. She didn't even know what it was. So that's how I was diagnosed with it.
And at the time, did you understand how your condition was?
I don't know, she understood. She didn't care. I mean, she cared because her daughter was sick, but she didn't understand what being sick
And you are
meant.
the only one in the family?
Yes, luckily. I'm the only one. My sister's sickle cell trait and the other one. Because of the way sickle cell is a genetic blood disorder where each parent have the traits. So my 2 parents have the trait of it. And I was the only, at the time I saw it as an unlucky child. But now I tell people, anyone with sickle cell, you're not unlucky. You just have a faulty gene, but you could live through pain. And this is one of the reasons I wrote this book.
And do you think that some white people can have sickle cell?
I think yes. Yes, now with migration I think they can't have it just from having it, from the genetic side. But I think with the lots of intermarriage and everything, because my kids are AS, and I think if my kids marry someone else,
Sorry to ask, but your husband is African or?
No, my husband is Caucasian.
Oh,
yes.
And it was a way to avoid transmit this.
I have to be honest. When my husband and I met, we love each other, and I was love at first sight. But at the same time, it was always at the back of my mind. I cannot marry someone who is. I can't fall in love because I was so scared of falling in love. My biggest fear for me is that I just do not want to have a kid that would be sick in hospital. Of course. I mean, so when I get any person that's not Caucasian or not doing this, I get nervous. This
can cause a lot of depression.
Yes.
And what else?
Yes, I get nervous. And my husband just came, when we met, it was love at first sight.
Oh, great.
And it was easy because we tested him, and even though he's Caucasian, I still tested him because I didn't want to take that risk. Yes, exactly. So, and it was fine. And then we proceeded to say, let's have kids. But one thing with sickle cell, yes, your question on that depression side, it does cause a lot of depression and anxiety. And people ask me, why do you say that? I say, look, imagine you have plans. Everyone has plans for their life. Everyone says, we all have plans. We want to achieve something. And all of a sudden, you try to get there, and something just crumbles all down. You work so hard to get to where you work so hard for an exam. You get there.
You got an MBA in finance, right?
Yes, I did. The night before, you get so sick. Oh. And you can't do the exam. So
because of the stress?
Because of the stress. And my first year at the university was so hard. I hated it because I just felt like no one understood me. But I didn't know it was me who had to help them understand.
So how do you find joy? As your book said, you say, painless, living with pain, finding joy.
You know why I've put finding joy? One of the things I always do at hospital, when I go into hospital, yeah, I'm in so much pain and this hammer is hitting me, but I always put a smile on my face. Because I always think, you know, life is very fragile. I might lose my life any minute here, I don't know. But if I'm to lose my life, I want to lose my life with a smile. Finding joy for me was all about, you could go through so much suffering in life, but it's up to you to make a choice. Do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to make the best out of your circumstances? My circumstances was that my life was unpredictable because I couldn't achieve what anybody else was achieving. I couldn't do what they were doing at the time. But what I realized is that when you can't do something, don't feel bad, because at that time you can't do it. But when you're better, people with sickle cell, when we're good, we're good. When you're good, take advantage and do all the things you could do it with limitation, of course, but enjoy life. Like I would go see my family, I would go see my friends.
You're traveling a lot.
Yeah,
you're making a lot of exercise.
I keep busy, I do exercise, I eat well, and I started doing the things that made me better, and I thought, oh, this is fine. So that's my finding joy, is that no matter what we go through, no matter how much the pain is, you must find something to look forward to. And my joy is I find my kids are what things I look forward to, my family, I look forward to them. I look forward to talking to my mom, my sisters, my friends, or people that, you know, a lot of people love us. And people don't realize that we are in a world where there's lots of love. And you must receive that love and don't sit back.
So this is the reason why it works for you.
That's
love
correct.
is a secret.
Love is a secret because I started appreciating people. I started appreciating people that love me, people that appreciate me. And I started finding that even though I was sick, they didn't despise me. They didn't look at me like, oh, she's that sick child. It was in my head that I thought, they didn't like me. No, they did like me. They didn't feel sorry for me, and that made me feel good.
Okay.
And in my book, I talk about a former head of state who literally.
Okay, I think you are talking about Obasanjo, right?
Yeah.
The former president of Nigeria.
Yes.
And there is a special quote that I would like you to read for us.
Yes. So yes, he gives a quote in the book, and when it starts, it says, "It is a must read for victims of sickle cell disease, family members of sufferers, handlers and colleagues of victims of sickle cell, or sufferers from any chronic illness or disease."
This is so strong.
It is, because before I put this book out there, I actually gave him to just proofread it. And when he did a little bit of reading, he felt...
Because it's an invisible illness,
yes.
so it's not so easy.
It's invisible. People don't see it. People see me and just say, oh, she's well, what the hell? Why is she acting for sympathy? Why is she saying she can't do this, she can't do this? But they didn't realize that.
What are your hopes for the future?
My hope is looking back at my pain. And my hope is that there will be a cure one day. And that there will be limited kids that are born with this illness. And it's phased out in a few more years because with the screening program, I want that to
With the screening program?
Yeah, so screening program is where you screen babies that are born. So at least, even if a baby is born with sickle cell, I think there'll be better treatment for people with sickle cell rather than what my mom had before when I was born. But my hope is that there'll be a cure, no more pain, because I don't think I want anyone else to go through this pain that I experienced as a child. It was just unbearable. I missed out so much. I didn't realize I could be where I am today because I missed out so much of school. I missed out life. Life just went by. And my hope is that no one else gets to miss out. And there's a cure. The pharmaceutical work together to provide a solution, better treatments, more understanding of it as well, not just awareness. I think we talk about awareness too much. We should move from awareness to more understanding of it. What does it mean to really have? Yeah.
How many persons in the world got this disease?
In the world,
blood
it's
disease?
not quite known how many people have it, but I know, for example, in America, there's over 100,000 people.
African American people.
Yes, have over 100,000 people are born with have sickle cell.
Like this singer from TLC, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
T-Box, yes.
T-Box,
She's
yeah.
been very influential in this part of the world because she's really advocated for sickle
People
cell.
were so unfair with her.
Yeah. And sometimes she would say she came for concerts.
People thought that she got HIV or something like this, and she was fighting a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, she's created a big platform for us.
And the doctor at the beginning told her, okay, you can stop. You will never go so far in your career.
Yeah, it's like me.
But at the end, she said, no, it's not me, please.
No. You have to believe in yourself.
Exactly. And could you please give us the best quote to describe you?
I think I'm a fearless person, if I'm to describe myself. Initially, I was very timid, very shy, very unpredictable. But now, I believe I became fearless from this book and from having sickle cell, because what sickle cell taught me is that, yes, you have this friend who is naughty. Sickle cell is naughty sometimes because sickle cell makes you sick, it makes you do all kinds of stuff. But at the same time, sickle cell taught me that even if you have a naughty friend, you must learn to work around your friend. And not let your friend, not just neglect your friend, work around your friend and find out things to make your friend better, and your friend doesn't bother you at all. And I learned that, so it made me fearless.
So, the 19th of June,
yes,
it will be in London.
Yes, so this is a launch date, and
this is as well the day of a United Nations Sickle Cell Day, right?
That is the day they declared World Sickle Cell Day, the United
That's why
Nations.
you choose this day.
So I thought, everyone said, "Don't you want to do it on a Saturday? You could get more." No, I said no. It needs to coincide with World Sickle Cell Day. It makes sense. And it's 19th of June, it's World Sickle Cell Day, and that means so much to me because the day that World Sickle Cell Day was declared in 2009, when that day happened was one of the biggest things for me because, you hear about so many other days, different illnesses days. No one talked about sickle cell, and this is why there's still lack of understanding about it. So when this day was finally declared by United Nations, I thought, we have to celebrate this. This is a big embracement, big achievements for people with sickle cell. And why not launch this mega book on that day?
We can't close a web TV show without looking the artwork performed live by Chabourine dos Santos. It's an acrylic portrait.
Yes. Wow, this is amazing.
Yes.
It's definitely me. I love it. It's fantastic.
And I think she will give it to you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. This is amazing. I love it. I'll put it in my I know the right spot by my fireplace. Oh. Yes, this is beautiful. Thank you so
very much, Chabourine. And now it's already the end.
Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Bienvenue chez Priss.
And they will meet again next week at 7 p.m. Wednesday.
Goodbye.
Bye.